the crack of a bat, the roar of a crowd. For Calvin Campbell, these have been replaced by the clink of a bottle and the silence of a life suspended. Once a star for the Detroit Tigers, he is now defined by a single frozen moment at home plate. A failure that chased him back to Louisville and into the bottom of a glass. His alcoholism is a shroud, dimming the world and pushing away the one person who needs him most. His 16-year-old daughter, Katie. As Calvin drowns, Katie drifts, seeking validation in all the wrong places to fill the cavernous space left by her absent father. His rock bottom has a fluorescent glow, the local supermarket. It's here, amidst the vibrant, orderly rows of fruits and vegetables, that he collides with a force of nature named produce. A young man with Down syndrome whose joy is as palpable as the ripe peaches he proudly displays. Produce sees through Calvin's gruff exterior. He doesn't see a failed athlete, he sees a lonely man. Their unlikely friendship begins with simple advice on avocados and grows into something far more profound. Produce, battling his own struggles to be seen as capable in a world that underestimates him, models a radical resilience that slowly chips away at Calvin's despair. But addiction is a stubborn opponent. A bitter confrontation with his brother-in-law, Milton, sends Calvin spiraling back to the bottle, costing him a final, desperate shot at redemption, a job interview with a minor league team. The aftermath is brutal. Drunk and defeated, he is confronted by Katie, whose tear-filled resignation, "I've given up on you, Dad," lands with the force of a physical blow. It is the wake-up call he can no longer ignore. This is where the old Calvin ends and the new one begins. He sobers up, making amends to a rightfully wary Produce. His first real test as a present father comes when he must rescue Katie from a toxic relationship, finally becoming her protector. In a pivotal moment of grace, he and Katie attend church with Produce, a gesture that opens a door to a different way of living. However, the consequences of his past are not yet finished with him. The darkness he cultivated now threatens those he loves. In a terrifying turn at a laser tag arena, Katie is cornered by her aggressive ex, Colt. Just as the situation turns violent, a flash of metal, a fire extinguisher wielded by Produce, saves her. But Calvin, arriving in the chaos, sees only the violence and scolds his friend, his harsh words causing a heartbroken Produce to flee into the stormy night. Tragedy strikes in a devastating confluence of errors. A drunk and distraught Milton, reeling from his own personal collapse, gets behind the wheel. His car strikes Produce as he crosses the street, a horrific collision of two broken lives. Rushing to the hospital, Calvin is confronted with the ultimate cost of his former life. Two men, both connected to him, are fighting for their lives. In the hushed, sterile tension of the ICU, a final, quiet miracle occurs. As both are rushed into emergency surgery, the critically injured Produce presses his well-worn Bible into Milton's hand, a final act of forgiveness and faith that transcends their shared pain. The story then leaps forward, showing the landscape shaped by that fateful night. Calvin, sober and steadfast, now stands in a minor league dugout as a manager, having earned his second chance. By his side, beaming with pride, is Produce, the team's beloved bat boy, his dream of belonging fulfilled in the most perfect way. We learn that Milton, despite this gift, did not survive his injuries. The film ends not with a game-winning play, but with a moment of profound peace. On the field, Calvin holds a baseball for a ceremonial first pitch. But instead of throwing it, he steps to the microphone and dedicates the pitch to Milton's memory, a man lost to the same darkness that once consumed him.